Hello again, you're welcome back to the channel. If you're new and well, I'm currently a 50 medical student of the University of Ibadan, and this is my 50k Q&A. I'm excited and I'm trying to stay as calm as possible, so this video is not going to end up with me being so awkward. I just took a moment to actually imagine how much 50k, like putting 50k people in the room, that's a lot. So I'm coming here to thank God for giving me the opportunity to serve, because I believe I'm serving in the little way I can. And I'm thanking you too for choosing to subscribe, and you watching me. Why have you not subscribed yet? I know you're going to subscribe now, so thank you too. So this video I'm going to be answering some of your questions. I got quite a number of questions, but I've tried to organize the questions into questions on medical school, questions on YouTube, and personal life. So I'm going to be answering some of the questions I found most interesting. Maybe if you really like this kind of video and you want me to make another one answering the other questions, please let me know in the comment section and I'll probably consider that. In the meantime, let's get into this video. And sorry, I'm not always this awkward. So medical school question. The first question is that, how do you not compare yourself with other medical students? I think this is a very important question, because we actually always do compare ourselves with others. I mean, most people in medical school do. We compare ourselves with others. Let me tell you the reason why is because medical school, I was actually having this conversation with my housemate yesterday. Medical school is a place where you get the creme de la creme. Like, medical school is where many of the best students across the country, because they've been taught that if you are very smart, if you are very intelligent, you gotta go to study medicine, blah blah blah. So it's very easy to see people that are very smart, people that are very good from different places. You get to see people that are doing extremely well. But how do I personally not compare myself with others? Because I think to a decent extent I've been able to not compare myself with people. The first thing is to set my own goals and stick with it. In my 100 level, my academic goal was that I'm going to score above 70 in all of my 100 level courses. So if I scored 75, for example, and 75 happened to be, I'm just giving an example, and 75 happened to be maybe the lowest score in the class, maybe everybody scored above 80, I really did not care. I met my 75 goal. If I do not score above 70, that's when I'll be so sad. There's this feeling that you feel like, how come I'm scoring 75 when every other person is scoring 80? But I try as much to pass and to meet my own personal goals, and that's all that matters, or I try to make that matter. And second thing is that in medical school you actually see students doing a lot of extracurriculars. You see medical students while in school, they'll go present research paper outside the country, they go do amazing stuff, and you just look at yourself, oh my god, what am I doing with my life? This is a very common thing that happens in medical school. Sometimes I look at some of my friends and just wonder how they are doing so well. But at the end of the day, I just remind myself that, okay, I'm doing my own stuff too. When you actually take a deeper look, you realize that what this person is actually doing, do I really want it for myself? Then it tends to shift me back to my own goals, to my own personal objectives and interests. So I tend to focus on myself. So to answer your question straight, it is normal thing to tend to want to compare yourself. I tend to compare myself with people, but I try to remind myself of my own personal goal, my own journey, my own little wins, and that we are on different journeys, and that's okay. Now the next question is that, if you had the opportunity to choose another course, what will it be? Or will you still pick medicine and surgery again? Yes, I'll still pick medicine and surgery again, because before medical school I had no knowledge about higher institution. I did not even know there are other opportunities outside medicine, so I would have chosen medicine again. But now, with the knowledge I have in medical school, if I had to rewind the time back with still this knowledge I have, to be honest, I'll still pick medicine. But if they say, oh no, you cannot choose medicine again, what are you going to pick? Then I'll probably pick computer science. Now the next question is about admission. This person is asking that, after trying 4 times and you've still not gotten admission to study medicine, is it still worth trying? My answer to this is going to be, depends on you. I have classmates that have studied first degree that are back in medical school. They are much older than I am, they are much older. I have people that are married in medical school with kids and they came back to study medicine. So it actually depends on you. But I've had students that just looking at them, looking at their ability, looking at how much work they are willing to put, how much effort they were willing to put into preparing for UTME or post-UME. You could easily tell that this student is not doing what it takes to get into medical school. You are not putting in enough work. You are literally competing with the best students across the country, and this effort you are putting in is not just enough. And I didn't directly tell him, but I was implying that if you really want to study medicine, you got to step up your game or just think of something else you can study. At the end of the day, not everybody is going to be able to study medicine. To answer your question, I think it actually depends on you. Another question is med school worth the stress, and does it pay at the end of it all? This question is interesting because medical school is very stressful and it takes a lot from you. It takes so much from you. It takes your years, it takes your enjoyment, it takes your youth away, man. But you actually just try to enjoy yourself in medical school, try to do stuff. It's stressful. For example, in Nigeria, many students, medical school is 6 years, but with ASU strike and all those breaks, it might end up becoming 8 years. Now, 8 years is like a really, really long year. And in between that, always studying. Imagine having to go to class every single day. Most of our postings in medical school are going to school every day. There was a time we had classes for several months straight. Classes 8 a.m. in the morning, 8 a.m. So sometimes it gets really annoying and tiring. Like, I beg, leave me alone. I no go class today. Okay, don't be like that, guys. Be a punctual, be a regular student in school. But is it going to be worth it at the end of the day? At the end of the day, medicine gives you opportunity. Medicine is lucrative. The demand for doctors are always there, but the pay for doctors, especially in Nigeria, can be quite discouraging, really. But still, like, just having the MBBS degree actually gives you opportunity to even practice anywhere in the world. So is it worth the stress? I really do not know. But can you make something great out of medicine? Yes. And I believe and I'm hoping and praying to God that for me it is going to be worth the stress. And yeah, I'm not going to tell you to study medicine. I'm not going to do that, because I know how much courses people are saying to people that motivated them. I'm not going to mention any names, but some of you that read books, some of my classmates or some of the medical guys that read some book that inspired them to study medicine, now they are not so happy with the guy for writing such inspiring book. Well, at the end of the day, we are all just cruising around. So the next thing is that, is Retimzi your classmate? Yeah, Retimzi is my classmate, the comedian guy. Yeah, he's my classmate, and that's the interesting thing about medical school. You get to see different people doing different stuff, different amazing stuff. So what motivates you to study? In simple terms, the feeling of success and the fear of failure. Those two things are enough, but I think motivation is not just enough. You have to build system, because there are many times you will be so unmotivated and you just have to study. You just have to study because you can't afford to fail. You have to be consistent. I know that I need to start studying as early as possible, because I know how stressful it can be to have to crash read for exam, and I don't like crash read. I like to enjoy myself. I like to be a baby boy. I think that's enough questions about medical school. Let's talk about YouTube. So this first question is more like a compliment, which made me blush. Really, sometimes just seeing your comments on YouTube actually helps encourage me to keep doing this thing. It can be tiring too. Medical school is stressful. There's a lot of requirement. There's a lot of things that is expected of you. Then you still have to think about other stuff you need to do. But some of your comments actually gets me going. Like when I see, oh, this video is genuinely helpful. Oh, because of you, I was able to do this. Like I could smash my exam, or I got to medical school because of you have been inspired. Honestly, I just feel so grateful that I'm in the position to actually help. Okay, this is very important. This is what life is about. It's about serving others, and if you can get paid serving others, that's the dream, man. So firstly, you are the single largest medical influencer on YouTube, and you've actually made being a med tuber a real thing in Nigeria. Thank you. I'm very proud of you. What do you think is the reason for your success? I'll say First is the grace of God. Second is consistency. You see, that consistency is quite, because I don't think I've been as consistent enough as I would love to be, really. But I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. Okay, but the other thing I know is a important reason why I believe this channel has been growing consistently is that I actually make videos that are helpful. I know that I make videos that, what I think when I'm making video is that, okay, I know I've passed through this stage before, I've passed through a particular stage before. What video will I make that person, that old me, is going to actually watch and find valuable? Because I do not just like reading or watching unnecessary stuff. If I'm watching something, it has to be really, really helpful. I do not enjoy watching things that do not really help. So that's the kind of videos I make. I make videos I know I will watch. I like the past me, even the present me would search through my videos and watch them. So I believe making videos of good quality, I'm talking about the content quality, not necessarily the production quality. You know, I still don't have plenty of money to invest in camera, to invest in proper microphone, to invest in proper lighting, and I can imagine how much better the production quality is going to be. But what I'm talking about is the content quality. I believe my videos are helpful, and I think that is very important. So if you are thinking about YouTube, try to make videos that are of value. The value could be providing information, inspiring, or entertainment. Like if you're entertaining, make sure you actually entertain. Like my guy Retimze, you should check him out. So what advice can you give to a newly admitted medical student that also wants to start a YouTube channel? Advice: go for it. It's going to probably stress you. There's anticipate frustration. There will be time that you imagine something that's going to do very well. You imagine video that will be so nice, and probably 10 or 15 people are the only one that are going to watch it. But you just need to stay true to your craft, keep making very valuable content, promote them, and hope for the best. Yeah, and also learn on the job. As you keep doing it, you get better at it. You get better at scripting videos, at talking to the camera, at editing video. Yeah, the next question: are you monetized? If yes, what have been your earnings? Yes, I've been monetized for a while now. I think I can't remember the exact time, but I'll put the date I got monetized on the screen. What has been my earnings? I'm not sure I'm really comfortable sharing this yet, but I believe some days I'm going to start sharing my earnings. But my earnings, maybe, I don't know. I just want you to know that yes, you can actually make decent money on YouTube. Maybe some days I'm going to actually talk more about my YouTube earnings. But yes, my YouTube earnings have actually been able to get me my new phone, like major stuff that I probably will not be able to afford without the YouTube. So the next question is that what advice can you give to a medical student that is planning to start his own YouTube channel? Know your priorities, set your priorities right. I think, oh yeah, it's on my window. It says you gotta put in the work. The next line says medicine is still a priority. So medicine is still my priority. I'm not going to, because I'm doing YouTube, I'm doing any extracurricular now, not study and end up doing poorly in my exam or failing. No, that's never going to happen. So I know my priorities. Set your priorities right. Second thing is there has to be some sacrifice that has to be made. Really, you can't want to be studying medicine, which takes a lot of your life. I want to be having all the old fun in the world. I want to be watching all the old movies every time you possibly can. I want to be hanging out with your friends. I want to now do very well on YouTube. I want to do your extracurricular. No, some things have to pay for it. So it might mean that, for example, I know that I do not do as much fun stuff. Maybe because of my personality, I'm kind of introverted. I don't like to go out that much. I enjoy my solitude, and maybe I'm just taking advantage of that. But I try to make time beside my studying time. Sometimes I have to sacrifice a little bit of my sleep. If you are still watching this video up to this point and you've enjoyed it so far, kindly subscribe to the channel. The next question: how do you get content ideas? I get content ideas by thinking about the problems I've gone through in the past, the problems I'm currently going through. There are over 200 million people in Nigeria, for example. If Nigerians are my only target population, if I have a problem, I know that there are thousands of people that probably also have the problem at this time, or we have the problem at a point in time. And instead of fixating on the problem, I try to find solutions to it. And when I overcome this problem, I share the solutions. And this usually help. Really, many of my UTMF videos are things that are like, they were challenges, they were like, that was like my biggest problem at the point. Looking back and sharing those stuff, I know that there are people that will find it very, very valuable. I think that's the major source of my content. Others is that I get inspiration from other people's video too, like looking at videos from creators outside the country. So let's go to personal life. How have you been able to do this without problem or complaints at all? Are you trying to say, how have I been able to do YouTube and medical school without problem and complaint? Really, I've been complaining, but you mostly will not know. You know, that's the thing about social media. You get to see the highlights reels. Don't know everything about me. I don't share everything about me, really. Could have some like little challenges here and there, but no much problem. But about the complaints, I complain quite a lot, you know. It's a thing in medical school, we complain a lot. When my guys come back home now, we are still going to complain. We are going to rant about how stressful school is, how bad Nigeria has been, or how bad Nigeria is. We complain. So how many years did you spend, or are you going to spend in university? I'm still in university, as you probably know, and I'm going to spend about 8 years. How's your relationship with God as a medical student? I would say good. Can be much better actually, but I'm wondering why you put as a medical student, because being a medical student doesn't affect your relationship with God in a negative way. In fact, you know, beautiful to see that a good number of fellowships in the school, their leaders are actually medical students. I mean, I don't think being a medical student should affect your relationship with God. Next question is, are you in a relationship? How do you manage to balance it with medical school? Yes, I'm in a relationship. How do I balance it with medical school? I'm still wondering why you're asking how I balance it with medical school. If you are looking for advice from me on how to balance your relationship with medical school, I'm definitely not the guy to ask. But really, I think it's just about talking to my partner. My partner and I really understand. I don't want to talk much about this, but we understand that we both need time. Managing it is not really a problem. We talk, we communicate. All right, the last question is gonna be, when is your online tutorial for JAMBITE commencing? Okay, I'm not exactly sure when it will commence. I'm trying to get a lot of things in place, and it has been really hard. When I want to do it in a way I'm going to be really proud of, I know what I need to do, and I know what I need to do is very time taking, it's very demanding, it's also expensive to actually set up. But I will try my best, and I'll get to you as soon as possible. So please subscribe again. There are a couple of more other questions, but this is already a long time recording this video, and I think I should stop here. Maybe there could be a sequel if you want there to be. Thank you for watching the video, and thank you for subscribing, and thank you because you're going to subscribe now if you're not subscribed, and thank you because you're going to watch my subsequent videos. Yeah, bye bye.